Welcome back.
Hey everyone.
Welcome to Happy Life Results Book Group. We're doing control. We're doing hero concept number 3. We are cruising, and this one is only going to take us 3 days to get through, so it'll be fast. So it starts the experience of traveling up under the section of control. So we divided this into 3 parts. The control. The experience of traveling the path to up mastery will eventually start to feel like things are just magically getting better in your life. Results probably aren't appearing out of nowhere in reality, but that's exactly how it feels. This is no exaggeration. At some point it will feel like you are going up without even trying.
As the guidebook explains concept number 3, think about why it is important and how it can help you to have a correct concept of what it will look and feel like to fly. The approach you take to getting off the ground should align with the principles of up. Don't give away the controller to anything bad or good. What are you talking about there? What do you mean?
Yeah. I just say it so casually, like don't give away the controller to anything bad or good. And if you need a refresher, you go back to your guidebook and look up the guide concept number 3, and it will talk about the joystick and the controller. But it's so counterintuitive or crazy to think that it's not okay, or I mean not okay, but it's crazy to think that giving up the controller to something good is not desirable.
Ah, yes.
It's actually really confusing at first.
Like if it's a good thing, what could be wrong with it? Why like for example, I don't remember what we used when we talked about the guide. Was it cookies? I think something. Anyway, cookies are an easy way to see what. Okay, let's say the color blue. Oh, blue, yes. So if I just love the color blue, and when I have things that are blue, I just feel great. What could be wrong with thinking that the blue color, I really like it and it just makes me happy, right? Where's the downside in it?
Yeah, it's funny to use something so innocent as a color preference, because generally adults don't get too attached to color preference. Oh, maybe if they're buying a ar or something, but anyway, it's very light. I like the example because It's very lighthearted. Yeah, so in this lighthearted example, if you were to not get the color blue, even though it was your preference and you felt like blue makes you happy, then does purple have the ability, if you give the control away, to make you less happy?
Not blue, yeah. You have the opportunity to get blue, but you didn't. Something else intervened and you lost the color blue. You lost the chance to have blue something. So if blue can make you feel good, losing blue does the opposite.
Yeah.
That's the trapdoor.
Yes.
That is the trapdoor of letting things hold the controller, even good things.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then if you were to take a more like a serious example, relationships or the ability to exercise, health and wellness and things like that, if they were taken away from you, then how? Who holds the controller?
Would that sabotage your ability to be resilient in that situation? Would that sabotage your ability to move on, to move forward, to move up? If you pinned all of your ability to feel good to something external, that you gave the full control to something and then it disappears.
Yeah, and it's so common and normal for people to think that things make them upset. If that happened to me, I would just have to be upset, because that's the traditional system. That's the script you've been given. If you thought that's the script you've been given, and that was the script I was given. And so for me to come away from that and say, there is nothing that says you have to feel a certain way because of the thing. Just inherently, this thing can't make me. And I have so many examples of times in my life where I thought something should make me feel good and it didn't, or should make me feel bad and it didn't, or just so many examples. It's inconsistent. And I'm sure all of you can look at your life and see where there are things where you thought it should be a certain way and it was inconsistent. And so what's typical when it is inconsistent, to kind of blame it on the stuff again and say, well, it wasn't just perfect.
Yeah, this was the wrong color of blue. I like blue makes me happy, but this wasn't quite the exact blue I was thinking of.
Yeah, like someone who just says, oh, I can't wait for the holidays all year long. They so excited for the holidays.
And then the holiday, and there's a conversation at the dinner table, or
just something, and you're not happy, but you will find something that makes it make sense to you. If you're still in that system, you'll say, oh, well, it was because of this. It was because we burnt the turkey. That's why.
We're really good at justifying something, coming up with a reason for something.
Yeah.
And if your lens is that the external does control the internal, you'll be able to come up with all kinds, and if you just peruse the self-help section of the bookstore, you will find many ways to justify why the things make you feel a certain way and why it's really important to get rid of those things. Or to manipulate or manage those things.
Yes, that's the most common approach.
Yeah,
I even know of a coach who said, okay, look at all of the feelings you want to feel and then include the way, the thing that makes you feel that way, make more time for it. Do more of it. But what's funny is sometimes when you do something more that you really like, then you start to not like it as much.
Yeah. Oh, now it's just blasé. Now it's boring. Now it's too often. Now it's too much.
Yeah. It's not special anymore.
When the view is that other things control it, then you have to you're trying to find that perfect balance and hope that it lasts more than a few seconds.
Yeah.
It's really, especially with inconsistent, where you can't really plan exactly what's going to make you feel certain ways, it's really an impossible task to extend peak experience using an outside-in approach.
And so that alone, that statement, what you just said, is the perfect answer for the question, why not like the color blue? Why not feel like the color blue makes you happy?
If you could consistently manage the perfect balance of your external environment.
Yes.
If you could consistently...
Which you can't.
But if you could give the controller to your environment, and since it would consistently be the optimal balanced environment, there would be no downside.
If you could.
Yes, if you could.
But on the flip side, if you can consistently manage your internal state to be optimal, then every circumstance you go in,
you're going to manage it. Yeah. Peak experience. You're going to feel peak experience. You're going to react to it in an optimal way for you. So that one you do have control over.
Yeah.
That one you can master. It's still a process. It's still a skill set that has to be learned and has to be practiced and has to be, but once, as she described, once you start mastering it, it starts to feel like things in your life just start to get easy. Because that whole trying, that feeling of trying, that feeling of hard work, that starts to disappear because you're mastering your internal state. You're enjoying the process. And once you're enjoying a game, it's not trying, it's just enjoying.
Yes. So in life, things probably aren't appearing out of nowhere, but it feels like it, and it's not an exaggeration. So sometimes I will have things feel like they're magically getting better, and then I won't really want to check at first to go, what's actually happening, because it might spoil the magic, but it doesn't. You can actually look, and I uncovered a few things that I thought were just magically happening, and I realized some of the things that were going on, there were changes, but they weren't magic. They felt like it. So.
Okay, so that's great. Thanks for explaining why there could be a downside to thinking blue makes me happy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So if I stain this jacket or it gets lost, it's his fault. All right, see you next time.
See you tomorrow.